Hey guys, welcome to our first ever Commute podcast. This is a podcast where I am commuting with you and we're just going to chat. I decided to start this for a variety of reasons, and I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I recently watched one of my favorite podcasters' first ever episode, and they kind of explained their reasoning for why they had started, and it really inspired me to just kind of do it. I mean, like, I have my microphone and my phone. That's all I need. So yeah, I hope you enjoy your commute if it's just getting started, or if you've been driving or training or walking for a long time. I hope we're able to have a good chat. So today's topic I wanted to talk to you guys about is something that I feel like I've been noticing more and more lately as the years have drawn on. It's a weird thing that, like, conspiracy theories, and I feel like how they're becoming way more prevalent and more accepted, and how everyone's just kind of questioning a reality more, and how I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not. So I don't know. I'm just going to ramble about it until I get home. And yeah, if you guys want to chime in at any point, just leave a comment and I will probably reply to it, because there will be no comments. So that's an easy thing to promise. So yeah, the reason I started to really formulate thoughts about this recently is that I've actually talked to people who have real conspiracy theory beliefs. That's never happened before. A few years ago, you started to hear about the flat earther movement and all this stuff. And, I was around family who was like, oh, the moon landing's fake and everything, but they weren't really serious about it. It was more like a talking point. But 2 months ago, I'm at work and there's a new person that got hired, and we were talking about, I walked in on the conversation and they were kind of arguing, not arguing, but just talking loud. And they were talking about how many countries are in Africa, or which continent has the most countries in it, which, I mean, it's a fun thing to, I didn't know the answer. A few of them guessed Europe, a few of them guessed Asia, but the correct answer, I believe, is Africa. And then it came up about, I said, well, it might not look that way because of the size of the continent on the map, but the way the curvature of the Earth is, the fact that it's a globe, if you're looking at it at a flat map, it's going to look different than the actual size. And one of the new guy spoke out and said, hey, well, I mean, the Earth is flat anyway, right? And it's like, okay, he's joking. I'm like, yeah, for sure, man, of course. And he's like, no, yeah, it's flat, so it doesn't really matter, right? That's true. And I'm like, no, it's a globe. And then he just instantly is like, well, how do the rocket ships go, and how does it fly, and just start saying things. I'm like, what is happening right now? Is this real, man? And I can't explain it properly, but it was just a really surreal experience. And I tried to explain gravity very quickly to him, but he wasn't really having it. And through the next few weeks, I started questioning him on other things, and again, it came up about how things were created. He asked me, how do you think the pyramids were built? And I said, well, and I relatively common knowledge and kind of know the answer. They use pulley systems, and they would use a very simple physical method of laying tubular objects down and rolling the rocks on top of them, right? And hundreds of thousands of slave labor. And he said, no, they actually use sound waves to lift up the objects and wind, and they were very intelligent, and it was like aliens. And at that point, I just tuned out. I just couldn't do it. I was like, okay, yep, and I walked away, because my problem with this situation, and the fact that I've never been in it before, is how do you talk about this to someone, right? Because it's tough. They're wrong, but their beliefs aren't necessarily hurting anyone. Like, it's not like it's a super problematic thing to believe compared to other conspiracy theories, which we'll get to. But it's just like, also, I'm so shit at explaining things. So how the fuck do I say to them, no, you're wrong because of this, because I have no education in this, right? I just have common knowledge. So it was just a really weird thing, and it just kind of made me spiral into all these thoughts about conspiracy theories. And you know, like, there's a lot of videos I get recommended on my algorithm of debunking conspiracy theories and, you know, like, all this stuff. And I watch a lot of those videos. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that wasn't that obvious, but apparently not. And I was so shocked to hear that, you know? And then, like, I just started thinking about all these things that I know are true for a fact, and that nothing can change them in my mind, but just the fact that there are so many more people questioning these things. Or I also just wonder if these people just have a voice now, and there's always been these people that have been questioning these things. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't know, man. I really don't know. But it's just a really weird thing. And because when I was younger, the only time I've ever heard of a widespread theory like this is that the world was going to end in 2012, right? I was 13 in grade 8, and I had this one kid in my class who was like solid, he was like, it's happening, we're going to die. And I had really bad anxiety, so fuck that kid. I liked him, he's a nice guy, but oh my God, he made me stay up so many nights terrified. The night of that New Year's Eve, I was so petrified. I couldn't watch the ball drop because, like, you know, you're a kid. It's like, oh yeah, if it's gonna end, it's gonna happen on exactly the moment the next year comes, right? But obviously it didn't. But I remember that was like such a thing within the zeitgeist of my community of kids that everyone just thought it was gonna happen, or knew about it at least. But now, like, I feel like end of the world theories are not as much as a thing, maybe because, like, we know more all the time. But those conspiracy theories, like, aren't as common. Like, I feel like, you know, in 2000 they thought the world was going to end because all technology was going to die. And in 2012 it was the Mayan calendar. But after that, like, those are two within my lifetime, which it's like the nickel quote. It's like, it's weird that it happened twice within like 10 to 15 years. And I'm sure there are theories and blah, 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 but like, I don't know, it's just not a societal thing. Or maybe it wasn't a societal thing. Maybe it was just like my experience. But I feel like I remember that being talked about a lot. But now the conspiracy theories are just like everything. And it's like questioning like basic and common knowledge. And I want to do another episode about common knowledge because I want to talk about it so bad because it's so interesting. Like, and I just have so many thoughts on it. But like, they're questioning the common knowledge that we all just are supposed to know, or at least supposed to be educated on, like, you know, like gravity existing and like history being the way it is, and like, you know, and it's like it all comes from a base of just not knowing or just choosing not to know. Like, and it bothers me. Like, I'm gonna go over some of the ones that really irk me, but like, it's like how do you not understand that math has existed for thousands of years and people have done math for 1,000 years, right? Like, and I guess I'll get into why this, like, some of these bother me so much, but like the ones where we're questioning how this thing was built, or like it must have been giants or aliens or fucking whatever. It must have been that. And it's like, bro, do you not understand like that a person, like the brain in the last few thousand years, because human civilization has only existed for a few thousand years, which is ridiculous. Another thing I want to talk about. It's only existed for a few thousand years. Like, humans evolved ridiculously fast, but it's like, still, man, like it's not that fast. So the brain itself has not changed that much. So if you took a person Like a human being from, let's say, 2,000 years ago when they were born, like the exact same person was like, as a baby, was placed in society and raised, I'm pretty sure they would end up the same because they would have the common knowledge and the education. Like, our brains were not different. We weren't like a different type of being, man. Like, the people who were intelligent were very intelligent, like the people who are very intelligent today. And we had ingenuity and the ability to think and problem solve. And that's how these things got done, man. And don't forget the scale of which, like, someone would do something not concerned by any ethics or anything like that. You could do fucking anything, man. It doesn't matter how big the boulder is. If you have 1,000 people to lift the boulder, they're gonna fucking lift the boulder. And like the marble tools thing with the pyramids, like, it's just basic. Like, it's not basic education. Like, I didn't know this, but if you look it up once, it's clear, right? Like, and it bothers me because it discredits all the things we've done, good or bad. Like, it just kind of erases them and pretends that they don't exist. And it's such a lazy way to view all this stuff, right? Because it's so cool, man. Like, the way we built all these structures is fucking wild. And honestly, bro, it's way less stupid than the theories you come up with. I don't know who I'm targeting by saying this. The conspiracy theory community is going to come after me, man. But, like, it's way more interesting than you could come up with because you don't understand it. So that's why you're making these things up. That your imagination, that seems possible, but you can't even, like, it's because you can't even comprehend what is actually true. Like, it is so crazy the amount of mathematics and science and, like, physics went into the creation of these things. Like, I'll go back to the pyramids. Like, the logistical effort to mine that much material and move that much material is immense and ridiculous, and the amount of time it took and the amount of lives it took, because again, they didn't fucking care. Who cares? I want this pyramid, man, and I'll get it done no matter how many people die, because they don't matter to me, right? And that's like when you pretend that aliens built it, or fucking we had like this ancient technology that we don't have anymore to lift the rocks with sound waves. It's like, bro, you're discrediting the actual like artistry and the engineering and the intelligence of those people, and you're also discrediting the horrible shit they did and why it was so bad. It's just a double-edged sword of shit. Like, it's bad, and you should not, like, it's bullshit, man. I'm all for questioning because it's so important to question things and why things are the way they are, but like, there's a certain level where it gets ridiculous and dangerous. You know, it really, really bothers me. And like, that's also why the flat earth thing really bugs me, because the universe is so insanely cool. Like, it's ridiculous. So much so that we can't even comprehend it. Like, I love large, like, scale. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Like, one of my favorite things, and the reason I loved Star Wars so much when I was younger, is because, like, just the idea, the scale, you know, like all this useless knowledge I have about Star Wars, like that the Star Destroyer is 1,600 meters long. Like, I can't even comprehend how big that is. Like, it's so cool to visualize and see, and that's why there's so many videos on YouTube that are like size comparisons that are they have millions of views, because it's crazy to compare these things to just the size of a human or a building or whatever, right? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's awe-inspiring, and especially to me. So when you see the universe and the fucking scale of it, it's nuts. Like, it's crazy, and I can't even imagine looking at that. Like, I used to have a VR headset, and there's a game called Universe Sandbox where you can play around and mess with planets and throw planets into things. It's so awesome. But there's a VR version of it, and you can just like, you can scale yourself down and just sit in front of a planet, and it's like insane. Like, Jupiter is my favorite planet because it's the biggest planet and it looks so sick. And I sat in front of Jupiter. I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, in the place I placed myself was like 1,000,000 miles away from Jupiter, and it's still so big. Like, what the fuck? That's so cool. But then when you just disregard all of that because you think that, like, your explanation for everything is is not necessarily that they think it's cooler, but they think it makes more sense to them. Like, again, it's like such a prideful thing to think, like that you're this pilled and you fucking, I'm in front of everyone. Like, no, man. Like, your shitty explanation for the world being flat and the ice wall blocking the government from making us find out is just like, it's boring, man. I could write a better fiction novel about it, like about if the world was flat. Like, it's just such a base level thing. And then when you try to prove it, you just sound like an idiot. You sound like such a fucking idiot. But then these people are gaining followers and massive like social media presences, and it's like, what? Like, so you're telling me you just don't want to be educated? Like, you do not want to read a book, and you want to question everything, but not the right questions? Like, if you're going to question everything, like, question why the sky is blue and question why the earth is round, and you'll literally get the answer. Like, it's not that hard, right? But it's like, it's just laziness. It's really just laziness. And that's another reason why it bothers me. It's just fucking lazy. And because social media has made it so much, it's so much easier for us to be lazy. It's just like, okay, I'm just going to say this is how it is, and that's how it is. Because I found one article that proves it, that's how it works, man. I don't know. It just, like, especially with the science and the space part of it, it fucking bothers me. Because it makes no sense. Like, okay, so, like, let's break this down. Because the flat earth thing is obviously the more prominent one right now. Like, yes, the pyramids being built by aliens, blah, 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 is big. But I feel like the flat earth thing is really prominent. And it just comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of how the universe works and how everything works. And not willing to be open to that. But let's just, okay, I believe the earth is flat right now, right? So, do the other planets exist? Right? And if they do, why are they round? Why is the earth flat? So that makes no sense. You can't explain that. Okay, so let's say the planets don't exist. So what is that? Okay. Does space exist? Okay, it's water. Okay, cool, we're in water. Okay. So the fundamental issue here, right, is that there's no answer to any of these things. But to them, there's one answer. It's the government, right? It's the government. The government's controlling everything. NASA is a government agency that hides everything. Pretty impressive to do with less than 1% of the U.S.'s military budget, I might add. That's some good people to be hiding the truth of the universe with that little budget. Like, damn, that's fucking impressive, bro. But it always goes back to that, right? They're hiding something. I know it. I am red-pilled or blue-pilled or whatever the phrase is. You know, I'm special. And, like, and to me, it leads into another reason why I believe conspiracy theories are so widespread right now, is just the desire to be special, right? Whether at a humanity-wide scale or an individual scale, we just think we're special, right? It's always been the case. From the moment we could write and read, we believed we were the center of the universe, right? Every single person's consciousness, they believe that they are the center of the universe, right? And that just has translated to this whole storm of conspiracy theories. Like, it's crazy. And, like, even, like, aliens as a theory, right? Like, for the scale of the universe, like, with all the paradoxes and everything, certainly there is alien life, some form of alien life. I don't know what form. It's probably microbacterial, and I think we're close to discovering that, which is crazy. Like, that's so cool. But the articles won't be about that, trust me. They'll be about some other bullshit. But, like, it's crazy that might be real. Holy shit. Anyways, but there is alien life. Like, there is at some point. But the idea that, like, do you understand how hard it is to travel, like, in space? Like, as far as we can understand, it's impossible to travel long distances without spending an immense amount of time doing it. So if you put that much resources into traveling the vast distances of the universe, even if you're in the closest habitable zone to us, it still would take so long. And you're telling me that these aliens are coming all the way to us, right? To this fucking backwater planet that, you know, has some special resources, but there's definitely other resources like that probably close to them. But they're coming to us to teach us because we're special. Okay, sure. Or they're coming to us to control our society because we're so special. Man, it's just a way of coping with reality, I guess. That's the way I see it. Like, it's just, you're coping with the fact that we're a speck in the universe. Like, that has to be it, right? Like, because obviously a lot of people can't handle that, and I don't blame them. I can't really either, but I just don't think about it, and a lot of people just don't think about it, but I don't know, maybe they've been forced to think about it. That, like, you know, our life is very fleeting, and humanity is extremely fleeting, which is, again, insane. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, like, when I was a fucking kid, I thought it was so special. I thought I was gonna do this, that, blah, 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 and 99.999% of people's lives are that, just the same thing day in and day out, you know? But I guess some people really just cannot fucking accept that. And so, yeah, sure, the aliens came here to you to teach you about this, okay, or there's an ice wall and all this stuff. It's just not accepting, like, trying to pretend there's this fantastical world, pretend we're living in a fucking novel, man. Sorry, it's fucking hot. Man, I overheat and underheat so much, like, it's so annoying. And now it's winter here, and it's been way too warm for the winter. We're cooked. Literally, we're actually cooked, by the way. Global warming, we're fucked. Oh, but that doesn't exist. Going back to conspiracy theories. But, like, I have to wear layers at work because I work outside and inside, so I get so overheated and underheated, and I fucking hate it. And my car, like, is so annoying with that. But anyways, shout out to my overheating gang. There's a lot of you, I know. But yeah, it's like, why are you pretending to live in this other world, right? Where this is a special moment, and we're, you know, we live at the pinnacle of history, and I'm gonna live forever because the aliens are gonna come save us or whatever. It's just like, it's sad, man. It's a way from us escaping from reality. And it's like, dude, just be normal. Like, you don't have to be normal, but be a little more normal. Like, go play a fucking video game, bro, or go watch a movie. Like, don't just create these things out of nothing, because before, if you had heard a guy fucking saying this shit, like when I was a kid, like, it's crazy that another thing I need to talk about is how, like, I feel like age is becoming such a different concept. But because why am I saying when I was a kid when I'm fucking 25? But when I was a kid, if a guy was talking about this shit, he was, like, obviously not a very, like, politically correct thing, but he was Crazy Dave, right? Or Crazy John. Oh, he's just crazy, right? And I don't agree with that either, because you should talk to people and maybe reach out to people, or not label people as negative things if you don't know who they are. But that's just how it was, right? But now that Crazy Dave has a platform and can literally say whatever they want, but they're censored, by the way, by the big government, or big shoes, or big pharma. Fucking big shoes. Fuck. I saw fucking a YouTube short about like how shoes are made so that, like, to fuck with, like, children's walking, and it's all because of Big Shoe. like why do we have to put big in front of everything to make it serious? Like, it makes it fucking stupid, bro. Big Shoe? What's next, bro? Big Grass? Bro, Big Grass is taking over, man. Grass didn't exist 100 million years ago, but now it does, bro. Big Grass is taking over, I'm telling you. But, like, why do these people have a platform, and why are people listening to them? Like, because it's also a fundamental, like, level of a lack of trust, I guess, which, you know what, is understandable in today's world where we know about so much. Yeah, I don't trust anything anymore. I understand that. But, like, if you trust nothing, then you believe nothing, right? If you say, okay, I can't trust anything X says, or X, then what do you believe? Because why do you trust this random guy on the internet over the government or educated people, right? Like, I agree, the government lies about fucking everything. But, you know, if you don't trust somebody, then you trust nobody. And then it's just this cycle of like, okay, I'm just going to find the most bullshit thing I can find that suits what I want, what I believe. And I'm just going to roll with it, and that's fact. And I will debate you on that every day for the rest of my fucking life. Because that's my new identity, that I believe the earth is flat. It's just a mistrust, right, in everything. And that's another problem that we have is like, I feel like nobody trusts anything anymore, and it's dangerous because there has to be, like, for society to work at all, there has to be some authority, a little bit, or like at least, like, not authority, like, I don't want to listen to the fucking someone who's not educated, like, or whatever, right? But like, if you have a president, you don't have to listen to the president. But if there's a person who's educated, maybe listen to them. Within the president's cabinet, maybe listen to them, you know, because that's something within the system that you know you can trust. But people don't believe that anymore. Like people now watch one fucking TikTok or YouTube short or Instagram reel for a minute, and maybe even half of it, and they're like, okay, I believe that now. Like, that is a fact. Yes, preach, man, preach. And it's like, okay, I guess that's just fact, and I'm gonna roll with it, and I will debate anyone, and this is the fact. And suddenly that's like their opinion, and it's really weird. Like, it's just so encoded, just a distrust now on everything. And obviously, like, COVID did that. COVID ruined a lot of shit, man. It's actually crazy. Hopefully I'll find, there's got to be like an 8-hour video essay on everything COVID fucked up, because societally it has been this shift, and I feel like there's so many more conspiracy theories after that, obviously because of the vaccine and everything, right? Because people deny basic science, like pretty basic. You can explain it in a paragraph, and I can't explain it, and I'm not going to, because I'm not qualified. I'm not going to pretend I'm qualified. You know, everything I'm saying right now is common knowledge, like relatively common knowledge. I'm not fucking smart. I'm just a guy, man. I'm not going to pretend that I know. I don't know, man. The world is fucking crazy. The universe is crazy, and that's cool, and I'm fine with that. I'm not going to pretend I understand how it works. But we just give those people a platform. And something I want to talk about now are some of my actual conspiracy theories that I think are true and are backed by, like, some evidence, you know? Now, my first conspiracy theory that is absolutely true is that the algorithm is benefiting these people. You know, it's pushing these people. Like, and it's because it's engagement, right? It's like, it just objectively is true. You know, if you post a video about flat earth, you're gonna get hate because you're an idiot, right? And people love to just shit on things. But then on the flip side, when people get hate, they also get support, right? Because people love an underdog. So that is like a crazy amount of engagement for the algorithm, and it pushes it so far. And you get so many videos like that in so many communities that are just constant fucking wars, that it's like, okay, I guess the algorithm, and the algorithm's like, oh shit, likes, views, comments, go, have fun, my child. And then, like, it's on everyone's For You page. Like I watch, like, I'm obsessed, I'm addicted to YouTube Shorts, and it's really bad. I'm so glad I never got into TikTok, because I got into Instagram Reels and I fucking deleted Instagram. But I have an Android. This is my conspiracies, they're keeping me on YouTube Shorts. But on Android, you cannot delete YouTube. You know, if you delete Instagram, it signs you out and it deletes it, right? So if you're gonna reinstall it, you have to sign in again. That's a good barrier to entry, right? But with YouTube, if you on Android, if you try to delete it, it disables it. There's no way to delete it. It's a disable. So I can literally go to the App Store, enable it, and it's open again, right? I don't have to sign in. I don't have to jump through any hoops. So it's so easy to reinstall it. So I watch so many YouTube Shorts at work, man. It's so bad. But I watch a decent amount of slop and garbage. But there is, like, science in there sometimes, right? Like Vsauce, Neil deGrasse Tyson clips. I don't really like him that much sometimes, but his science is great. Like, you know, like Brian Cox, all these people who are very intelligent, and other people like engineering videos and all this stuff, and like conspiracy theory debunking videos. There's this one guy, I don't know his name. I'm so bad with the names of channels and shit. But he's so funny, and he just debunks shit, and it's great, and I love it. And bro, because of that, because I'm interested in science, I'm getting conspiracy videos. Because it's like the tags are science and blah. Even if it's negative, I'm getting it. Like, what? Like, why am I getting this shit? No matter how many times I say not recommended, every like 10 or 15 shorts, there's one. That the universe is flat and the universe is flat. Holy shit, I figured it out. The earth is flat and they're lying to us. All this shit, right? And it's like, why? Because it's engagement. It's crazy engagement, bro. You don't have to believe this shit. You can just say it and you will get engagement. It's wild. It's crazy. And it's like, and then you have all the other shit, the woke, the anti-woke shit, and all this stuff, the right-wing shit. Sorry, Big Water. I'm sponsored by Big Water. I'm making sure you guys drink your microplastics. Why isn't that we literally are 90% microplastics now right now. Why are they not freaking out about that, bro? Like, that's fucked. But no, it's literally, this is why I wanted to talk about this. Because it's just endless. And like my ADHD brain, bro, it can just keep going. It's crazy. But like, there's so many actual issues that matter and are really important that we just like want to live in fantasy land and pretend they don't matter. Like, oh my god, I don't want to talk about any of the actual issues because I just can't. It'll make me fucking sad. So it's fun to talk about stupid shit like this on the commute home because fuck, why not, man? But yeah, it's just like these platforms are 100% giving these people the platform they want and get and love. And the thing about YouTube is like, no matter how shitty someone is, they will still have supporters. No matter what, no matter how many times they get canceled, they just come back and there's still people fucking watching the videos. How the fuck does that happen? Because they make money and YouTube has happy. YouTube like money. So they just keep coming back and it's just fucked up, man. And there's all these creative people who make such good content and like just don't get the spotlight because their shit's not negative, right? It's not contributing to fucking brain rot and the downfall of the human condition. Actually, it's not the downfall of the human condition. I guess it's like the essence of the human condition, right? In a way. That's a good video essay I should make. But yeah, it's just sad, man, that these that's my conspiracy theory, and it's 100% true. That these YouTube, X definitely, but all these ones are perpetuating this shit just to drive more engagement, right? And it's just fucking sad that a lot of people don't get the spotlight they deserve because of fucking conspiracy theories. It's so stupid. Another good conspiracy theory. Another good one. Fuck. Well, I don't know if I have another one, but another one that bothers me is that it's not really, I guess we'll go into like past theories, you know, like that I feel like we're conspiracy theories, but like, you know, like weren't harming anyone, like, and I guess they were, I don't know, but like the belief that, like, you know, again, a very human-centric belief that the earth is like 2000, like it's as old as the calendar, right? And the sun revolves around the earth. Like that was the first, you know, conspiracy theory, kind of like when we discovered, I forget exactly where it was, but when we discovered that the sun is actually what we orbit around, a lot of people were like, hell no, like no, it's not. The earth is the center and the sun revolves around it. So I guess that means that that conspiracy theory was that the earth revolves around the sun. See, that's the problem. It's like these people think they're discovering something. They think they're going to be the revolutionary person who cracks the code about all this shit. It's that main character syndrome, man. It's like they think they're him. Not to gender them, but like, fuck. They think that they are the person who's going to crack the code and figure all this shit out, or they're right. But there's like, I guess there's a lot of things that like dinosaurs, I guess, like technically, I guess you could argue they were a conspiracy theory when they were discovered, right? Because, like, you know, we've always mythologically believed in different creatures and things like dragons and all these, cryptids and things that throughout all of human history. But like, if you dig up a giant fucking fossil, it's like, okay, this is a dinosaur and this is how it works and everything. And people are like, no, hell no, that's not possible. Humanity has only existed for 10,000 years. What do you mean? That's how everyone talked back then. But again, I guess like the problem with labeling that as a conspiracy theory is they have fucking evidence, right? Like, all this shit is based on nothing. Like, that's science. That's just how science is. Like, you're not a scientist for thinking the earth is flat. You're just a fucking dumbass who doesn't understand. The person who discovered all of these things, like, they were educated and they knew to a relative level as much as they possibly could at the time, right? And they were fighting against the norm, but they were right. Like, I guess that's the difference. Like, they're right, like, and I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's like, it's just scary how many people are just buying into stuff and just hoping it's right. Like, and putting their time and effort into watching this content and shit. It's just like, oh, and man, the AI generated shit has made it even worse because, bro, you can like put a holy shit, Chat GPT. Is that, I've never like tried anything AI yet, so I don't know if it's Chat GTP that's creating this shit, but like in 10 minutes you can make a whole ass video and make it seem fucking real. Like, have an AI narrator, have an AI generated image, and like, it's done. It just makes it so much easier to spread misinformation like that. Like, it's wild. Like, and the dumbasses believe it, bro. Like, if I generate an image of fucking Joe Rogan, like, with a monkey on his head, it's, oh, he had a fucking monkey on his podcast, holy shit. Like, and that's truth to them, right? Because that's proof. And that just perpetuates it, like, and makes it even worse. And then, and again, like, 1 second, big water. I love microplastics. And again, it's like, we already are giving platforms to these people who shouldn't have it and shouldn't be listened to. But then those people are also pushed into the spotlight by other people who might have status already because of other shit they've done, but are talking about shit that they shouldn't be, like, pretending they know about. Like, all these fucking podcasts, man, about bullshit. Like just about bullshit that somehow have so many viewers. Like, the top podcasts right now are all like right-wing adjacent podcasts, and it's crazy, bro. And they all just talk about fucking conspiracy theories all day, almost like you're so boring that you have nothing else to talk about, bro. Like, right now, this is my first time recording a podcast. I'm at like 40 minutes. I want to continue until I'm home. And right now, like, I'm having a little bit of trouble, continuing the conversation because I'm tired and I fucking just worked 10 and a half hours. But, like, it's so easy to talk about bullshit, man. Conspiracy theories. If I, like, just decided to make something up on the spot right now, I could talk for 5 hours. Like, if I just decide, hey, light is actually created by big electric, like light isn't real, right? So as a concept, light isn't real. Like, so all the, like, they're dyeing the bulbs a certain color, and they're putting like this special material called lightidium in it, and it pushes out the thing we see, right? But it's not real. Like, there is no light, right? Like and all the lights being on and rooms being different colors, it's because of big glasses. That even if you don't wear glasses, there's invisible glasses that we all have to wear. Like, it just keeps going. And it's like, fuck, it's just like, you can just make shit up, bro. It's crazy. But the shit you make up is boring. Like, that was stupid. But, and it's just like, is it sinister? Like, do you think it's sinister? Like, any of these conspiracy theories? Like, I don't know. Because obviously it's probably just fucking dumb people trying to make sense of things, right? Like, but then that's the problem, because I don't want to discount them as dumb, because like they might be really smart and they might be manipulating a lot of people to deny science and deny the things the way things really are, and just not trust anything, right? There's a conspiracy right there that is very likely at least partly true, because you're just dividing people and perpetuating all these things that you can't trust anything, right? Like let's go into trust again, right? Like the mistrust in society, like, because it just ends up being a loop. Like, so like the proof, right? Because like why, like, if you talk to someone and you say to them, hey, this is real because this person said it. Like, let's say I know that Napoleon did this because a historian like told me, and they say, well, like, how do you know this historian's not lying? Mm-hmm. Well, because they're educated, right? Because the historian has spent years of their life educating themselves. They have much more knowledge than I do, and much more like not intelligence, but like knowledge, like just literal, like raw knowledge than I do, right? And they spent so much time studying and figuring this out, so I trust them to a certain degree, right? And there's biases and stuff, but I trust them, you know? But then they can say, well, the books they made are probably made by Big Books, and Big Books is made to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? It's like there's comes to a certain point where it's like there is no way to make someone trust something if they're just set in their ways. And obviously there's always been people like that, but I feel like it's becoming much more common, and because of the internet just making us, like, forcing these people to be like not trusting something, and they just stick with it. Like, that's final. And so I don't know how it's gonna get fixed. It's probably just gonna get fucking worse, right? Like, there's just gonna be like just infinite conspiracy theories, and it is gonna get worse because like education is fucking dying right now. And I hope it doesn't continue to die, but right now, like, the amount of uneducated people is really high. And shocker, the amount of conspiracy theories is going up, right? Because it's all linked to a lack of education and understanding in the world we live in and the reality we live in, right? So it's just crazy, man. Like, there is no truth left, essentially. Like, because of this, here's my conspiracy theory. There is no truth left because of the amount of knowledge that is at our fingertips, right? Like it's crazy how much like access to knowledge we have, and it's so amazing that we're so lucky, but it's too much. It's too much for a mere mortal to handle, like for like a person to ingest and sift through. And as soon as you add third parties who don't know what they're talking about, who can post whatever they want or pay someone to post whatever they want, like, there's no truth anymore. The amount of stuff you have to sift through to find the truth is infinite, and then what's the truth anymore? It's gone, man. It's really just gone. It's scary. It's scary that no one can tell these people the truth about anything, because there is no truth left for them. The thing that is true is what they believe, right? And they say, like, facts don't care about your feelings, but what is a fact now? You know? Like, what is a fact? Like, how do I explain to someone that gravity exists when they can just say, no, that's not true, actually, because this is the way it is? Because I can give them proof that is the truth. I can drop a ball and say, like, it's gonna, and like look into it and say, okay, I figured this out because it, like, why would it drop at this speed? Because it's, and at this velocity, that would explain that that's how gravity works or whatever, right? But they can just say, no, actually it's because of this, and the earth is this way, or the aliens decided it was this way, or Big Shoe decided it was this way. How do you argue with that? You know, fuck. I don't know. And like, that's also why I wanted to talk about this, because it's starting to fucking scare me, because you can't argue with this shit, man. You can't. Like, it's different than like talking about like religion or anything else, because like, you know, that's an ingrained belief. But a lot of these people have just like, they didn't believe this 5 years ago, and now they just fucking do, and they believe it, man. It's like a cult. It's like, this is the way it fucking is, and I'm not changing. And it doesn't benefit them in any way. Like, at least if you believe in religion, you know you're gonna go to heaven because you believe in it. But like, if you believe in flat earth, Is Big Shoe gonna save you? I don't know why. But it's just because like they can't, people don't want to accept the truth in the world. And again, that's why there is no truth left, because we can't accept it. It's being alive and aware is fucking horrifying. And I feel like it would be a lot easier not to be aware. But the internet and the access to all this knowledge has made us aware. I said aware way too many times. But the access to all this information has made us open our eyes to the reality of it all, right? People, honestly, man, mental health didn't exist when we were hunter and gathering, because we were so focused on hunting and gathering, man. There was no downtime. There was no fucking minute to sit down and think about this shit. It's like, okay, what the fuck am I going to do tomorrow? You don't have to think about the fact that you're going to die and all of this stuff. But now we are so fortunate to live in a time where, I can wake up and eat and sleep in a safe place. So now I have space and time to think about, holy shit, this is how the world works, and I have this many years to live and do shit. And that's kind of cool. Isn't that kind of fucked up? That I'm placed on this earth, I have no control over how I grow up and what I'm taught, and then I am set out into the world and I have to fucking figure it out. Isn't that a little unfair? And yeah, reality is cruel. Life is cruel. Nature is fucking cruel as hell. I can't watch fucking nature documentaries anymore. Back when I was younger and a fucking teen, I was like, yeah, that's just how it works. But now, bro, I have bunnies. I can't do that shit. I can't watch a hawk kill a fucking squirrel. It makes me so sad. But that's reality, and it's unfair. And so again, to face that truth and accept that the world is round, gravity exists, and we're all gonna fucking die. No. I refuse that truth, and I refuse every other truth that would lead me to that fact. And that's just what conspiracy theories are to me at the end of the day. And because reality is so cruel, man. It's so fucked up. When you really sit down and think about it, it's really depressing, and it's why we're all depressed, because it's not because of Big Green Bean and they're putting chemicals in the green beans and it's making us depressed. It's because it's depressing, man. Fuck. If a bunny gained sentience and it realized that it had its only purpose was to eat, breed, and die, fuck, I'd be depressed too, man. That's fucked up. But it's just distractions, it's all just fucking distractions all the time. And the conspiracy theories are just a big new distraction from the harsh reality, the very fucking harsh reality that we live in. Also, another thing I want to talk about, and I guess I'll talk about it now. It's just it's crazy, man, that just every single person on this planet, every single one, it doesn't matter who they are, what they believe, you're just trying to find purpose now. The ones of us who are ridiculously privileged to be living and breathing, not worrying about the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and are trying to find purpose, it's crazy, it's terrifying, it's awful. It's fucking awful. And I wish I could just be fucking unaware and just wake up every day, okay, I'm gonna go to my job and I'm gonna come home and that's it. But I can't. I fucking can't. There's so many things I'm gonna do, and I understand how little time I have, and it's fucking terrifying. And so yeah, fuck. I'm gonna believe the earth is flat and there's a higher purpose and whatever, so I don't have to think about that anymore. It's just a band-aid. But man, one day it's gonna get ripped off. I'm sorry. Fundamentally I've called them idiots for 50 minutes straight, but I feel bad for a lot of these people, because it's that band-aid's gonna get ripped off one day, man. It really is. You're gonna not believe in medicine or something, and someone's gonna die that you care about because you didn't believe it, and that's fucking sad, man. That's sad. Or you're gonna lose your job because you treat someone like shit because of because of a fact that they believe, because it's just it's just not reality, man. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's not. And that's hard to accept, man. But you have to. That's just life. I think like life as a human being is accepting that reality and just trying to fucking live in it. Just fucking live, man. That's all I can say at the end of the day. If you actually listen to this and you heard me out and everything, like genuinely from the bottom of my heart, like educate yourself, try to understand. If you don't understand, that's fine. It's fine to not understand. I don't understand any of this shit. Fundamentally, I don't. Like, I want to understand, but I can't. But you just have to accept it, man. Like, it's not weak, or like you're not appeasing someone or endangering yourself by just accepting that as a reality. And if you want to change it, then do it, but do it from a place of like good intention, right? Of not proving someone wrong or that there's this enemy that you have to defeat. Like, if you genuinely think the world is flat, go try to prove it with science, right? Like, use the method of your enemy. You know, if you think these people are lying to you and the government, use the same methods, you know, or invent your own that can be backed and tested, you know. Like, commit to action. Do something. Because at the end of the day, if you're just talking into a void, like, that's it. That's all you're doing. And it doesn't benefit anyone. It actually harms people. So that's my call to action for any of the conspiracy theories out there, man. Like, prove it. Just prove it. And if you can't, then it's not a fact. Because all the facts I know can be proven very, very, very easily. And as soon as you deny facts and basic understanding, you're just denying everything. And then you don't believe in anything. And you're kind of just back to square one, right? With not knowing how reality works and just pretending to be blind to it when you're not. These people are probably very smart and they have a lot of potential to do good things or just like, but they're just stuck spending so much time and energy on this. So much so that I had to make I wanted to talk about it so bad. So yeah, that's it really. I didn't know it was going to go here to be kind of depressing at the end, but I don't want it to be. You know, life is really hard and it's hard to accept, but like at the end of the day, you can't do anything about it. You know, whether you believe in these conspiracy theories or not, if you believe the earth is flat, okay, man, but you can't do anything about it. If you don't believe the earth is flat and all these people believe it, you can't do anything about it. The people who are actually educated are trying their best to do something about it, and they're debunking them and all this, and that's all you can do, really. And all we can do is fucking just talk and chill and relax. I very much enjoyed my commute. The traffic was not that bad. I really hope that your guys has gone well, and it was safe and it was chill and you were warm or not too warm depending on where you are. And yeah, I'm going to be trying to upload these every week. I'm probably going to try to record whenever I can, whenever I'm feeling it or have a topic to talk about. We'll chill. And yeah, if anyone actually listened to this, I really appreciate it. And I'm really excited to talk to y'all again. Have another chill conversation or not chill. I don't know. This was supposed to be chill and funny, but it actually got really depressing. So I really apologize for that. I hope there were no existential crises, because that would be kind of fucked up. But yeah, as you can see, I'm almost home, so I'm gonna cut it here because my fucking throat hurts, man. How did people talk for so long? Holy shit, man. If I was talking for 5 hours about fucking big lights, I'd be dead. But yeah, thank you for listening, guys. I hope you have a great commute, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.